A Dothan hotel owner has been sued for discrimination by a federal agency that claims a non-binary worker was fired because they showed up to a work meeting with pink nails and wearing braids and capris.
Which side are you on?
So let's go ahead and get to Boss Watch. Boss Watch was kind of thin this week, but we do have 3 stories for you. In Kentucky, there was some bosses stealing, if you can imagine.
No.
The U.S. Department of Labor has obtained a court order requiring one of the nation's most successful thoroughbred horse trainers to pay back $250,000 in back wages and an equal amount in liquidated damages after its investigation found the employer's illegal pay practices denied 163 grooms and hot walkers at Churchill Downs and at Keeneland Racetrack in Lexington. They denied these workers of overtime wages. The recovery is the latest action brought by the department since 2021 against KDE Equine LLC, founded by Steve Osmussen and operating as Osmussen Racing Stables with about 200 horses in 5 states. This is the 5th time in recent years that investigations by the department's Wage and Hour Division found the company violated federal labor laws. In its order, the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Kentucky affirmed the division's finding that the horse trainer failed to pay overtime wages to hot walkers and grooms. Instead of paying overtime as the law requires, Osmussen paid the employees a salary for all the hours that they worked. Employees were occasionally paid extra money for doing additional work, but they were not paid overtime. Several U.S. Department of Labor investigations have found significant violations related to the way KDE Equine pays its employees, said Regional Solicitor Tremel Howard in Atlanta. When we determined that an employer has violated the rights of its workers to be paid for their full legally earned wages, the Department of Labor will not hesitate to use litigation to hold employers like this, who knowingly disregarded their overtime obligations, accountable under the law. Specifically, the division determined the employer failed to pay non-exempt employees the additional half-time owed based on their regular rates of pay for hours over 40 in a work week. Investigators also found KDE failed to keep accurate pay records and allegedly tried to conceal its Federal Labor Standards Act violations by knowingly modifying its records to make it appear the company did pay employees by the hour. Jeez.
Hey, 5 seconds, just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
In August 2023, the Arlington, Texas-based company entered into a settlement agreement to reimburse grooms and hot walkers $130,000 and pay $75,000 in penalties to resolve violations of the federal H-2B worker program. In September 2021, the division recovered over $500,000 in back wages and damages for 170 employees and assessed $46,000 in penalties after finding Osmussen failed to pay proper overtime compensation to employees for hours over 40 in a work week, concealed hours worked by employees, directed employees to sign incomplete or false timesheets, and did not calculate employees' overtime correctly. KDE Equine operates in Illinois, Kentucky, Louisiana, New York, and Texas, and has trained thoroughbreds that have won some of the nation's most famous races, including Belmont Stakes and Preakness. Yeah, absolutely crazy stuff that they're able to get away with.
Repeat violator.
Repeat violator. I mean, I mean, literally millions of dollars stolen from employees just since 2021. That's bonkers. That's really, really crazy. In Alabama, this is from AL.com, a Dothan hotel owner has been sued for discrimination by a federal agency that claims a non-binary worker was fired because they showed up to a work meeting with pink nails and wearing braids and capris. The lawsuit filed Thursday in federal court in Dothan alleges Harmony Hospitality, which owns the Home 2 Suites by Hilton Hotel in Dothan, fired a night auditor at the hotel hours after the work meeting. The auditor, only identified by the initials DA, identifies as a non-binary gay male and styled himself in conformity with male gender stereotypes while he worked at the hotel from December 15th, 2021 until the day he was fired, February 9th, 2022, according to the lawsuit filed by the EEOC. During this Pride Month, we want workers to know that they should be able to work in any job without fear of being harassed or fired because of who they are or who they love, said EEOC General Counsel Korea Gilbride. Federal civil rights law, as interpreted by the Supreme Court in Bostock v. Clayton County, makes it illegal to discriminate against an employee for their sexual orientation or gender identity, and the EEOC will vigorously enforce those protections. When the worker showed up to the hotel for the work meeting on February 9th, which was held outside the normal working hours, he styled himself in, and this is according to the lawsuit, he styled himself in capri-cut joggers, pink-painted nails, and box braids. The lawsuit said that this was the first time that DA appeared to work in a style that significantly differed from male gender stereotypes. And one of the hotel owners told him to cut his hair. But the assistant general manager told Patel that doing so, told Patel the owner, would constitute discrimination, and Patel told the manager that DA would have to be hidden working nights because of the appearance. Patel's wife, Nisha Patel, identified in the lawsuit as a co-conspirator, was told of the schedule change when she learned of DA's sexual orientation, gender identity, and non-conforming appearance, the suit stated. About 7 hours after the work meeting, DA was fired. In Arkansas, again from AL.com, Tyson Foods has suspended its chief financial officer after a fourth-generation member of the company, after his arrest for driving while intoxicated on Thursday. So you can read more about that in AL.com. But Tyson, the great-grandson of the company's founder, which that's how you know that he really deserves to be chief financial officer. He's the great-grandson of the company's founder, right? I mean, obviously, there was nobody, people like to talk about affirmative action and DEI hires, right? And saying, you shouldn't care about race. You shouldn't want a black person in there. You should just want the best person for the job. That's all you should want. Well, clearly this person, the great-grandson of the company's owner, clearly they were the best person for the job, and it wouldn't have been, a black person, right?
Interesting. Yeah. They got some family drama going on at Tyson. But, they keep
child labor stuff.
Yeah, they keep all the executive positions, I guess, inside the family.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.